Lewis Clark State College students of history. Here we are, week 11. And oh my gosh, am I beat down. And I bet some of y'all are too. But here's the thing. We only have 4 weeks after this. We have 3 more chapters to talk about. And then we have a third exam. And then you're done. So do whatever you got to do to get that second wind, fortify yourself, and make that final surge, because that's where we're at. We're all tired. So let's talk about what you can do to improve your grade for this week in terms of the discussion boards. I've taken a look at our discussion boards. What's up there looks pretty good. There needs to be more. There needs to be more on 2 fronts. Front number 1, some documents simply don't have anything yet. So if you're wondering what to do, look for the stuff no one's talked about yet and get to it. Thing number 2, everything that's already been talked about has been like a summary of the document. So now it's time to go into more detail as I put in the discussion or in the instructions. Right? And I have almost the same comments on every single document. Now it's time to look into what does the document tell you about culture? What does the document tell you about economics? What does the document tell you about politics? What does the document tell you about society? And you don't need, and actually please don't do all 4 in one posting. Just pick one. You can go through a couple of documents and say, okay, this document, it's not really designed to tell us anything about economics, but this is what I can figure out about economics based on the document. And you do that with a couple of documents, right? So you're playing a game where we're looking for information that the author has not necessarily intended to tell us. That's a skill you can use in the 21st century for reading the newspaper or examining material that comes across the internet, in your efforts to try to determine what's legitimate information and what's not legitimate information. And that is what I think is probably the most important skill you can develop in this class. History as a way of thinking. History as a way of thinking about the information that you're given to immediately start thinking about things like who's the author, what's the intention, who do they think the audience is, how credible is this source, and then you can start deciding what to do with that information, right? Historians are, pretty far down the list of people who accept things at face value right away. They want to have a little time pass to think about, and they want to have a little time to think about it. Anyway, that's that. So get to that for the week 11 discussion. And then finally, if you haven't seen your advisors yet, go see your advisor, get set up, get registered for the next semester. Think about History 102. Format's the same as this class, so you won't have to worry about format. So if you've done well in this class, 102 should be fine. If you like the class but you don't like the online format, I'm teaching the course through a live Zoom format Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Love to see you in there. And I'm also teaching a couple other history courses next semester. I'm doing the whole Zoom thing. I want to see if there's a market for that format, an audience for people who want to take classes that way. We'll see. So I'm teaching an African history course that way. You probably need to be a junior. And I'm also teaching a how to do historical research course that way. That it's a 200 level course, but you need English 102. It's a cool course because one of the things you get to do is design a project of your own. You're a biology major. You get to do something related to the history of biology if you want to. But you have to have English 102 under your belt. So anyway, if you're thinking about that, contact me. contact me if you've got some other kinds of questions. I'm in the office a lot, even if it's the virtual office. All right, you guys have a good week, and we'll talk to you soon.